Testing, testing. One, two, three. Testing, testing. One, two, three. All right. Good evening, everyone. Just now I just tested my mic. Seems like everything is loud and clear. If you have, just to check. Wow, what is this happening here? All right. Oh, okay. Remember only. All right. Once again, good evening to everyone. My name is Eric. So every Tuesday, we are running this WealthPulse live to share with all the followers what is the market updates, and for investors, what are companies that we are looking at. And if there's earnings updates, we will share our insights on some of the earnings updates that most of our community members will be following. So this is what we do every single Tuesday. So for anyone new, welcome to WellPulse again. And if you are really new to this channel, not to worry, you go with the flow first. All right. So for old comers, you are here for quite some time, and thanks for coming back. All right. Yep. So I believe at some of the other places, if you have any events or any things that you like to follow on, you like to participate at the other end, not to worry. All of this video will be up in our YouTube channel. Just go to Google channel that what we are looking at, and then you can just go to live portions. All the recordings are there. So not to worry if you have to miss out some of the portion. Yep. So another part with all these contents that are being shared, especially on the live portion, yeah, some of the times like the duration or the periods that will be here like would be like 30, 40, or sometimes like 1 hour. Yep. So some of you would be doing other stuff at a concurrent time. Not to worry. After the end of the sessions, there will be a snippets that will be added out. You'll be very concise, no interaction, just sharing or just content itself. You can just go to our main YouTube channel main page. There will be so-called snippets that will be posted every Thursday and every Monday. All right. So after the end of session, Thursday will be one video up, and following Monday will be one video up. And for our private community sessions, for example, last week we talked about like the trade desk. We also talked about some of the like investment, especially in nuclear or even in quantum. Part of the things that we talk about in private community, you'll be in our Goodwill community website itself. All right. So how to join the Goodwill community to access in some of the insights that we share, we'll share in the sessions shortly. All right. So without further ado, let's start the content front line. All right. Okay. Just check. Okay. So at the same time, I'm also watching myself live right here. Okay, can I see things are moving good here. Let me just like minimize a bit. Okay. All right. Okay, so if you are just streaming in, not to worry. I will go through again like what we are, who we are, and then how to access some of the contents that I'll be sharing tonight. All right. So tonight, or even the weekend, you know that Trump, ah, doing some exciting stuff to us again, whereby he throw 100% tariff to China. All right, and then it's a showdown before their meetup this weekend in South Korea. All right. So what are they doing, especially at the market all-time high round? And then if market all-time high, what should investor do? All right. How many of you have experienced your portfolio also going through the all-time high? If you do, Aaron, just tell me, yeah, celebrate. All right. Yeah, it's not a time you be worried if you have already invested. And also not a time for you to be worried if you haven't invested yet. Right. So your time will come. All right. Okay. Yep. So these are all the topics that we have covered so far. So last week, Yep, last week I have a meet up with Kev. So Kev also shared like there are some things that maybe you want to highlight, you want to share so that people who follow the channels will know that you have been sharing all this content and you have some track record or actions that been done. Right. So thanks, Kev, for the meetup. I really value your feedback. And then I think some of the things that really not just content and not just like information, more of it like with this content and information, how should we apply? And what is the next step? I think, yep, that's the very, very important pointer. Yep. So some of the things that I shared right here previously may not be like as like straightforward or upfront say, hey, what I've done, what the actions that I've done, or even I've done it, there's some like much follow-up after that. But not to worry, yeah, feedback received, and then you do a track or so-called like every so-called month. You do a review on what have been talked about, and then what are the things that we should look at. So it will do. I will do it at every beginning of the month. So right now, this is the last session of the month, right? At the beginning of the month, I'll do a 1 month previous review, things that we talk about. If there's some actions, we will talk about the action as well. So thanks for the feedback. All right. So we have talked about quite a bit of companies like from semicon to like banking or software, or even like the seven magnificents, so-called Meta, Google, Microsoft. All right. So these are things that we talk about. Even talk about some of the AI contracts that are being circulated around, and of course, some of the cyber companies that we have vested. All right. And last week we talked about Amazon in trouble, and then why, with all the trouble, Amazon, the share price still hold still right there compared to some of the companies that have hiccup, for example, so-called CrowdStrike. Or later I'll share with you another company. There's some hiccup, not technical, but some tax issue, and then share price drop by 10%. What is this about? And then is there opportunities that we can look at? We'll talk about it later tonight, right? So make sure that you stay until the end. All right. So if you have not like if you are new here, you have not followed us, please do subscribe and then click likes on the videos that you thought you thought is nice. You thought if you have some thoughts that you want to share, please comment. And then if you find this video very beneficial, please do click share as well. All right. So for those who are just in here, if you have not like this live session, please do so. I will like this live session. If you find this very useful, I would like these live sessions with YouTube algo to share with more people. All right. So once again, thanks for clicking like and thanks for sharing this YouTube channel to your friends and family. All right. Just a quick update. So right now, market is going higher and higher, but the market is going to fear zone since last week, and right now still staying in fear zone. Why? Because there's a big event coming up in this weekend. Yeah, Trump and Xi meeting face to face. Yeah, Trump and Xi meeting face to face. And if there's no surprise, things should move in the right direction, especially 30th of October. A- And especially 30th of October, other than Trump and Xi meeting, there's another, I will not say huge event, I would say important event as well. All right. So this week itself, or last week itself, there's Netflix, Tesla, Intel, or even IBM announcing update. So I don't know any of you like following IBM. So IBM in my time is so-called like computer giant in the sense that they sell computer, they sell laptops, and if you are buying their laptops, you should be like enjoying the best system, best software. But since the day they sell their laptop or PC service to um, Lenovo, they are just pure asset. Like right now, is consulting business. So right now they are all in AI consulting, right? And if you follow since like April, right? If I'm not wrong, their share price at 5 times, 5x. Let me just check. Just in case I uh, make the wrong number. Okay, not five. Sorry, if it's like 1.4 or it's 50%, right? Just click in year to date. Yeah, 50%. All right, so 50%. Okay, so I thought IBM is long gone, but seems like they are in a directions that still continue to generate revenue, continue to generate like value for their customer. Okay, And this week itself is a very busy week. It's a very busy earning week. So I'm not sure any of you have vested in some of the companies. I believe some of you will have. So for example, SoFi, Meta, Amazon, Apple, even our so-called like new company like Coinbase, Reddit. These are the companies that are making announcement. So personally, I invested in Microsoft, Cloudflare, and also SoFi. All right. So these are the companies that I invested. And of course, if you're any invested company here that you like to look at, everyone, you can just type in the chat. You can just like share with us. All right. I'll definitely follow Kev. The I don't know. You post more often in Tiger or more in Mumu? I think it's Mumu, right? Yeah. So yeah. So can't wait to see what Kev would like to share on in all this company. And I've been reading like Maurice Chang, the second segment, right now in FP Meta, all right. So Maurice Chang have been like doing he has been the TSMC so-called founder and managing the business as a CEO, and he just like retired before COVID. But if you read his book, you know that NXP actually previously is a subsidiary of Philip. Yeah, the company, electronic companies. Yeah, I didn't know until I read the book. Oh, NSP is so-called previously Philips, and then it's a spin-off. All right, so a lot of interesting company that come out from semicon industry. Yeah, a lot, like very interesting. If you have time, I would recommend you to read the book. All right. So before I start, some very funny things that I find. Anyone like wearing Nike? So if you are Nike supporters or you are a fan of sports, like Nike is not a foreign brand to you. And then lately, they have just shared their 2028 latest like so-called innovation. Yeah, on. Yeah. And I don't know whether you guys when you look at this like yeah, I don't know, like for me I don't have like special preference on sport shoes, but I have special preference on so-called sportsmen wearing certain sports shoes. I don't know. Maybe I'm that kind of era. Branding and marketing or ambassadors speaks very so-called loud. And if there's a player, there's a sports person that so-called wear certain brand, most likely that brand would stay in my mind more. Yeah, so yeah, Michael Jordan, Jordan brand, or even like normal Nike brand. Right now, if you have followed like Adam Iverson or Shaquille O'Neal, so they are in Reebok. So in fact, I'm looking at Reebok shoe. Not so much about like the technology, just the brand personality. Yeah, that's why I'm now looking for on. I don't know what's the reason you are looking on shoes. Yeah, what's the reason? Roger Federer, yeah, or who are the persons that you are or any inspirations when you look at the brand itself, because I personally felt sports or the sports event a lot of times about inspirations, and all these inspiration stories that help me like draw people to certain personality and certain sports brand. That's what I thought. All right, so but when I look at this like Nike latest innovations, this is what I thought. When I look at this, wow, these shoes, they thought it's latest innovation, right? But in actual fact, hey, we have these like shoes, slippers, like long ago already. Yeah. So the shoes, what they do is like they help regulate sportsmen like pre-game and post-game. And I thought less than $10 shoes can have this function as well. All right, I don't know whether you guys have wear this kind of slippers as well, but this kind of slipper is like very common in my era. Okay, so yeah, so over the weekend, US China have like advanced some stock, and then there's a big news to about last weekend or last so-called like the last few days, there's some confidence notes from our US site, which is Besset. And then he has shared that wow, we have a framework that we have come to a consensus, and even they have a lot of news on it. So in basically what they share is this. So they said that substantial framework that have reached, and then is really to build up the meetup between Trump and Xi at South Korea. So South Korea, there's this like APEC event, APEC summit that will be happening. Actually, it's happening this week, and then the day that Trump and Xi will meet will be on 30th of October. And actually, previously that there's a lot of like, or the week before, if you are here the week before, we have talked about that this 100% tariff that China imposed on their rare earth material export. So that's also some of the rare earth material companies that we talk about. But because of this rare earth material control, Trump just slapped 100% tariff. It's just like, you throw this control, I throw this tariff. And what have been shared, so-called the 2 days ago, they said they are going to delay for a year while they are re-examining the 100% tariff. Yeah, so nothing new, right? It's always like you when you are in a game of poker, so one person throws six, you throw eight, and right now you throw a king. Yeah, so it's just a game of cards lah for them. Yeah, and what's more than that is also China also say that sorry, if you do that, I will just go buy soybean from other countries. And in actual fact, American soybean, right? So China have purchased more than 50% of American soybean. So if this 50% gone, right, all the US farmer will be crying. So 50% of soybeans from America is export to China. Yeah, believe it or not, when I look at this number, I thought, wow, 50% is a huge number. It's a huge number, a huge export. If they keep on like that, China say, haha, I go find my soybean in like South America, maybe Brazil or other countries. US, you own self take care of own like soybean. It'll be a very, very major like blow in US so-called like farmers industries, all right? But nevertheless, yep. So and not to forget, right? US government right now is in shutdown because the so-called the budget haven't approved yet. So US is still in shutdown. So they also share about US shutdown. They also the so-called the interview also talk about US shutdown. So what have the US government or the parties been talking about? All right. So in US parliamentary, especially the senators, there's 100 senators. And right now, what Besant has shared that there's 52 Republicans have openly shared that, right? They like to reopen the government. And in actual fact, there's three from Democrat also want this to proceed. So 55 among 100. But in order for the budget to proceed, right, they need 60 people. All right. So they are calling out the rest of the Democrat. If you don't approve, yep, American so-called some of the service, right, we're having some difficulties, especially some of the statistic department that Fed relied upon. All right. But before that, uh, I don't know why TikTok is being brought up again, but I think on the 30th of October, TikTok will most likely, so-called TikTok US, will most likely come to a like closure in a sense that TikTok will most likely come to a sense that a group with like if I remember didn't remember wrongly, which is Oracle, uh, Andrew Horowitz, and then if I'm not wrong, Dubai Party. I can't remember. Yeah, so there's these two main name, and then one of the party will come together and take over TikTok lah. All right, so most likely is yeah. Yeah, TikTok US will be under this like US under other like so-called under US rather than China. All right, and remember 2 weeks ago we talked about the biggest day that all of us are looking at is really the APEC leaders meeting, and will happen on 30th of October. And 30th of October, there is also another important event. All right. Yeah. So not like don't remember. US is still shut down, but there's this statistic is still able to come up, which is the CPI, Consumer Price Index. So in consumer CPI, right, there's two index. One is core CPI, core, the so-called the important CPI, and overall CPI. So when Fed decide or look at the statistic, right, most of the time they will look at core CPI rather than overall CPI. Why? Because overall CPI include energy and food, and core CPI is just like so-called hospitalization, education. Yep. So the core services. In Chinese we call 衣食住行, right? The 衣住行, your so-called your properties, your clothing, and your transportations, yep, will be under core CPI. So what is the reason core CPI so-called they rely on core CPI? The reason is this, because food and energy, there's fluctuation. Yeah, food and energy, there's fluctuation. Yeah, but energy and food are very important. Yeah, they also I also thought like that. But because of the fluctuation, they rely more on core CPI instead. All right. So when we look at core CPI right here, core inflation rate, right? The target rate that they set is 2%. So what happened on the last data release is, so their consensus is 3.1%, but right now it's at 3%. So actually it's better than what they expect, but it's still higher than the 2%. Yeah. And this is the American date, 28 and 29. Korea 30th, because of the time difference, the announcement of our dear Fed chairman will be on October 30th as well. All right. So although it's like October 29, right? So when it announced, it's October 30th. So he'll announce whether or not there's a Fed cut. All right. So according to consensus, all right, ah, there will be a 25 basis point cuts for the month of October consensus. All right. So remember, since the last cut, right? They say actually this year we'll have 3 cuts. So last cut, this month itself, and also December. All right. So a lot of expectation or the assumptions whereby the Fed rate cuts would be happening this weekend as well. All right. And of course, the December rate, there will be more rate cuts. All right. So another 25 basis points. So this is the market. All right. Yep. So if you have not watched Trump, his taco dance, yeah. So please do watch this video. Yep. Okay. So just to sum up, we have raised this previously. So when the Fed rate cuts, right, the overall loan borrowing, all the borrowing costs will go down as well. So the bank bond or the bond borrowings, all the costs would follow the Fed rate cuts. When the rates go down, Fed rates go down, the rest will follow suit. All right. So that's why when we talk about when Fed rates cut, companies that rely on bank borrowing, for example, REITs, will get benefit from it. So that's why last week we talked about how to screen out the REITs. And then there's some so-called criteria that I set in my screeners, and there's some companies that reflect in the screeners. So if you have missed that part, all right, just go to our YouTube channel and then watch the video itself. All right, let me just see whether I draw out. Ah, no, I didn't take out, but never mind. Okay, so just go to our YouTube channel, then you will see right there. Okay. All right. So I've been having some trouble finding what are the things that I should share in this so-called market all-time high. All right. And then through the conversations that I have with Kev, right? So Kev said that actually a lot of time, not just like naming a company, not just like telling so-called what is in the market, what is the company about, because a lot of time like what I shared in some of the sessions that I have, with some prompter, you can easily like find out company so-called informations, analysis, and on top of that, some of the so-called like you might not have the perfect prompter, but you can do it through conversation. All right. So you can ask one pointer, another pointer. So for example, let's say we talk about like Tesla earnings release. So you can just ask like ChatGPT, Grok, whatever, and analyze this like earnings release. And then from there, you just do question and answer. For example, Tesla, why share price down? Why Tesla have so many hoo-ha about the 1 trillion package? All right. So if you follow Tesla, chairman, the Tesla chairman, which is not Elon, the Tesla chairman that proposed the compensation package, right? He even raised the possibility whereby if Elon Musk is not motivated, there will be a high chance Elon would not continue to run Tesla. All right, maybe I run so-called polling right here. Okay. All right. Would you think Elon Musk will leave Tesla? Yeah. Would you think Elon Musk will leave Tesla? Oh, is the sound breaking up? Okay, but what I see in terms of like the video view right here from my phone seems like it's smooth lah. All right. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. He will guess what he want. The $1 trillion package. Yeah. So the chairman is telling all the Tesla shareholder, hey, uh, don't just anyhow and make Elon Musk angry. And if he leave the company, Tesla will need to find another person. Yeah, he won't leave. That is Elon Golden Goose. I don't know. Yeah. So, some of the people with high intelligence, a lot of time do certain actions that uh, can't explain exactly one. I don't know. All right. 50% my MacBook will like sometimes. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I learned about the connections and the view or the intermittence is about so first if I shared video, right, it will be a high chance it will lag. So I avoid. All right. Next is if there's animation in my slide, right, you also high chance. Right. So I've reduced all that lah. Yeah. So hopefully things are still fine. All right. Okay, let's continue the second part. The second part is like through the conversation I have with like Kev, right? Kev said Kev also feedback say so a lot of time it's not just a good example, sometimes it's also bad example. Bad example as in like companies that are not doing well or bad action. All right. So that's why at this market all-time high, right? Also like to share some of the experience that I have. Hopefully inaudible for the past 5 minutes. Um okay. So is it okay right now? Let me just switch on my sound here. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Yeah. Also see some intermittence here. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Let's just continue lah. So maybe I speak a bit slower so that the intermittence will not be as obvious right there. Okay. All right. So let's go. Yeah. So I've in the afternoon I've gathered this thing. Market is all time high round. So what is the things that I thought it should do or should not do? All right. So if you're okay, everyone just type in okay, then I'll go proceed with it. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I'll end polling. So majority think Esla will not leave. All right. So it's in other words for show. Okay. Let's go. All right. So before I share that, why this topic come to my mind? Like market is all time high. What is the five do and five don'ts? All right. One of the things that I don't know how's your algo in your YouTube or on your social feed. So some of the YouTubers or some of the content creators right now is riding on this market all time high, and they have been sharing like buy before November, five growth stock. It's time that people buy on this company, five cheap stock. All right, I don't know. So right now, I like to re-highlight. So all of these content creator, yeah, a lot of time, they are working with the algo, and then they know like humans, people would like to watch this kind of content. So that's why all this content come up. So when me myself also a YouTube content creator, I also have the urge to create this kind of video, but also depends on what community you are in. So, for example, in Singapore sphere, right, or even if you watch Do It, or if you watch like Matrix, or even you go AG, you go so-called like Better Investing. So all these will have their own like content creation. So yeah, so this so-called like the YouTuber scenes lah. But in our YouTuber scenes in Singapore, people are calling out bubble, people are calling out like a worrying sign, and people are calling out there might be a crash that happening soon. So preparations is crucial. Whether or not it's crash or no crash in the immediate or long term as in like, would it happen in 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? No one knows. But whether or not it happens, we have to be prepared, right? How do we prepare? So I like to share the things that I learned across, like especially the post so-called COVID, in a sense that from 2020 to 2021, 2022, 23, 24 until right now. Some of the lessons that I learned, I like to share with you guys. Okay. So first thing that I learned in 2020 is don't be overconfident. All right. Yep. Some of the companies that you have invested, if or even at the point of time when invested, wow, I invested in a time whereby there's some big news brewing up and supposed to be a positive news, and because of positive news the share price went up, and I thought, wow, I'm good in this, I can spot like trend, I can know where's the good time to invest, and then my paper portfolio makes money. In fact, I make 100% profit. So this is the companies that I invest previously. It's called Huya. It's a live streaming gaming company in China. All right. So back then, people are locked down, COVID. People are bored at home. That's why people play a lot of games. And then some people don't play game. They watch other people play game. And when they are watching other people play game, they will reward them. So called buying some like credits token to reward them. All right. Just like right now, people go for like TikTok Live to buy stuff, something like that. But TikTok Live, at least you buy things, right? You deliver to your home. But this one, you buy token to the streamer, right? There's nothing you can get. You just have a wow achievement whereby you are the biggest donor. Yeah, but that's thing whereby when I don't understand the don't fully understand the hype, and don't fully understand why people watch and donate, and also don't fully understand this sometimes are cycling and stuff like that. I thought I know a lot of things, but in fact, after investing in this, I find out that actually I don't know much about this. And then in a sense that I thought, the top two so-called live streaming company, if they merge, right, you'll be the biggest. And then in the end of the day, right, invest. I thought make money. Never mind. I hold on. Drop down. I thought it's just some like pullback because the merger is happening, not happened yet. But it's too bad the merger is terminated. And what's even worse than that, right? The there's a game time limit for the China young crowd. And with these two in line, right? And of course, 2022 market winter. Yeah, the share price just tanked like nobody business. Yeah. So I thought, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the community. People are looking at it. I'm making profit. So first thing, don't be overconfident. A lot of time, there's things that you don't know. Or for me, there's a lot of things that I thought I know. Actually, I don't know what I don't know. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So always have to be humble in front of the market. Yeah. So this is the first thing. Second thing, don't forget about your values. Don't forget about values. All right. So another company that I invest back then is a game publishing platform. All right. It's called Unity Software. All right. So if you are in meta back then, in a sense that you are very in metaverse, AR, VR. If you like to play VR game, you Unity Software is not a foreign brand to you, because back then I also buy VR goggles, like the Meta VR goggles. Yeah, I bought at like, yeah. All right, Mingo bought at 100. Yeah, also roughly the same price. All right, and I thought, wow, 2021, because of metaverse, Meta is growing. You don't want to go outside and play game. You have to be in the meta world, play in your own room, right? Have the interactions in the virtual world. And I thought this is the way whereby people will change after COVID. Yeah, and I invest in it. And of course, this Unity software don't just create a VR game, it also create indie game. And what's more than that, they also invested in the company that produce or produce like Lord of the Ring. Is it Lord of the Ring? Yep, Lord of the Ring. Yeah, in New Zealand. Vita, is Vita, WETA. I thought, wow, this is a very high potential company. Yeah, but before that, actually, before like COVID, right? There's this so-called value or this principle that I thought I should not cross. All right. Actually, she right. Don't forget my principle. My principle is don't invest in gaming company. Yeah. And many reasons why I thought gaming company shouldn't be a company that invests is because gaming company there's a very toxic culture. I don't know. For people who are in gaming industry, you can just let me know. All right. So a lot of time I thought gaming industry have a lot of like a toxic culture, and all this toxic culture is not healthy. That's why there's problem on employee retention. There's a lot of employee so-called abuse that happen within the company. Yeah. So Kong say depends. All right. So that's why I have a so-called principle back then say I don't invest in gaming company. But because I thought I know this company and thought that there's this thing that is different, that's why I still invest in it. Uh, but of course, in the end of the day, I lost more than 70% from my initial investment. Yeah, so the conclusion that I get right here is don't forget your principle if you already have one. Yep. And more important thing right here. Any of you who follow or you have some newsletter that you receive, or even Mumu, will send you some of the so-called companies that you may not have watched before, and you may not understand them before, right? Yeah. So yeah, yeah. Tencent and C invest a lot in gaming. Yeah, that's. But the key thing is it's not 100%. It's not 100%. Tencent is less than 30%. C also around 30%. Yeah, one quarter. No, is it one quarter? No, one third. I should put it at one third. All right. Okay, so yeah, the financial this time is different. But okay, come back to this. Don't FOMO. All right. So over the past past few months, yeah, I also do my best to share some of the companies, some of the insights, some of the studies that I got from all these like different sector. Like for example, nuclear power, for example, rare earth. For example, we also talk about like lithium. All right. So if you miss out, just watch back the previous video. The objective is not invest into it. The objective is to see whether is this a circle of competence that we like to build up and to deepen our knowledge, yeah, or deepen our so-called like appreciation of the industry. All right. More importantly, don't FOMO. Don't because of this you thought, hey, I should put my money in. Yeah, because in the end of the day, in Chinese we call 我们赚不到认知以外的钱. If this is not in our circle of competence, a lot of time we couldn't so-called make a good investment or make profit out of it, right? And yep, so this is very important. Don't focus just on stock price. All right. So there's the market fluctuation. This is price. And bottom is revenue. You see this company, their revenue every quarter keep growing up. This is business. If this business can keep continue generating revenue, right? Most likely in the end of the day, the share price would follow. And this company is none other than Palantir. Yeah. Back then, the share price fluctuate a lot. Of course, there's some overvalued time, but more importantly, focus on the business fundamental, business revenue. All right. Not just revenue, but also quality of their revenue, quality of the business, and quality of the management. All right. I just pull up revenue because this is the clearest and cleanest numbers that in cleanest number in annual reports. All right. So focus on business instead, and don't penny wise, pound foolish. All right. So because of $125, I missed out again of $7,000. All right. This is per share basis. I missed out per share basis, missed out $7,000. All right. So per 100 shares, 7,000 and per 100 share, 125. So what I did a sell call. And when I did a sell call, the share price is 110. I thought I leave enough gap of $150. So it's like close to 20% price increase. I thought I leave enough of gap. I leave enough room. But too bad. The share price went ahead and then the sell call got exercised. And then I have less 100 of these shares. And then if I hold on the 100 shares, I will have 7,000 more. All right. So if I got 500, yeah, is 35,000. Yeah. So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. right? Luckily, I didn't sell every shares lah. I just sell one contract right here. Yeah, so the contract I missed out $7,000 gain. Yeah, so don't be pennies wise, but pound foolish. But of course, take take so-called full response. I take full responsibility on these actions that I take because at the point of time, I really thought 20% is hard to so-called grow in 1 month's time. But market teach me a lesson. Okay. Yep. So these are all the don'ts, especially at this market timing. All right. And a lot of time is really find out after we find out what happened, we realize what happened, admit what happened. In the end, it's really rectify the mistake. So for me, I realized I made a mistake in like Unity software. I admit it because like I FOMO. I thought this is the metaverse. I should invest in it. I thought I learned enough about the industry. I learned about gaming, but in fact, I'm just a newbie in gaming industry. Yep. So cut loss lah. Yeah, I rectified the mistake and put this remaining amount into other investments that I thought make better profit. Yeah. Okay. And sometimes it's not mistake, it's just judgment. All right. So I believe some of you who have followed me long enough know that actually I'm a Salesforce ex-investor. I put it that way because I sell already. So I hold it long enough and then hope that through AI, through automations, it can help people recognize the value of the companies that create for their clients, the data that can help collect by the companies, the data that can help connect on Salesforce platform. And I thought with AI, it helps the business better. All right. Okay. But back then, I think I discussed with Kev before. I also realized another company called ah ServiceNow. And the reason why ServiceNow come to my so-called like my radar is this person. Hey, let me just put a stop right here. All right. So back then, let the time called VIS lah. We submit 2021. When I talked to Kev, this reminds me again. Kev reminds me again when I discover this, when I learn about this company, and there's this pain here because if I invested in that company rather than Salesforce, right, actually I make more money. But yeah, there's always compare lah. People don't compare. Yeah, it's okay one, it's okay. Later I'll conclude. Right. So this is Bill McDermott. All right. So he is the ex SAP leader, and then he joined ServiceNow in 2020. 1 year before, I know that he joined like ServiceNow. And then his caliber, how he can rally the whole company, how he rally the sales, and of course, ServiceNow back then is just IT, and then they expand to different like segment. Yeah, I thought I should stick with Salesforce. Judgment, right? So um I've said that long ago that I want to switch from Salesforce to ServiceNow, Salesforce to ServiceNow, but too bad. Yeah, I didn't switch to ServiceNow. So in October 2024, I decided to switch. And why I did the switch? Because I find another good opportunity whereby I should take this opportunity, which is ASML. So back then, I did share this company. I did share I'll invest in it, but I didn't blatantly share out because like I thought this should be a private action or private like so-called personal decision. But I think in this moment, I just like to share like why I did that and then how I did that, so that it give you some understanding, appreciation, all these like different do's and don'ts lah. Yeah, I hope. Yeah. Okay lah. Switch to ASML. Yeah. So that's the switch. Yeah. Right or wrong, no one's know. Who knows? Like still source. Their so-called AI conversion strategy. It works very well in the next 1 year. Yeah. But I think ASML will do equivalently well lah. Huh? All right. So let me rectify the misjudgment. So, yep, I should rectify the misjudgment much earlier, switch to service now. But I hope that it's not too late lah. Okay. Next, remember your strategy. Remember my strategy. All right. So, uh, I have this conversation with like Kev. Yeah. So I meet Kev 3 o'clock. Is it 3 o'clock or 3 today? I can't remember. And then we talked for 3 hours. When I look at the time, right, I was just shocked. Wow, I talked with Kev for 3 hours. So yeah, so we talk a lot about our so-called our philosophy, our life, some of the things that Kev thought is yeah, can help this channel. Yeah. So once again, thanks. But I also remind me some of the strategies or some of the philosophy that I held on, and it reflect in my portfolio. So there's some companies we talk about. Yeah, so for example, Duolingo, or for example, Netflix, Spotify. All this company uh, is great. I love it as well as a user. All right, but uh, because in my earlier investing day, whenever I invest in B2C company, right, the result is not as good. So that's why I set the philosophy. I should just look at B2B businesses. I should just look at B2B businesses. And why I dislike B2C businesses also because my last experience lah, B2C, wow, very difficult lah. You see F&B, you know already. Very difficult to do B2C business. But B2B F&B different. Or I supply like I can continue supply oil. Your business close shop, never mind. The next incomer will buy oil from me. For example, like cooking oil. Yeah. So B2C business are very difficult because people like me, I'm not loyal one. If there's a better food other place, right, I will buy better food. So, like something like that. Yeah. So Disney Plus, if Disney Plus the show not nice, I go Netflix. If Netflix the show not nice, I go Disney Plus. Yeah. If you tell me Disney Plus and Netflix is the same owner, then different story. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So this is the so-called some of the things that I like lah. So it's a B2B business, high switching cost. If there's high pricing power, even better. Yeah. So for example, CrowdStrike, you buy one service, second service, third service, fourth service. Yeah. So there's high pricing power per se. Okay, sell more. High switching cost. So still force there's high switching cost, but it's hard for their clients to sign more account or sign more services. All right. And of course, software business assets like yeah. It's not to say that totally no assets. I like assets like businesses. All right, low debt, and of course, one of the key things that I look at is healthy cash flow. So remember your strategy when you pick a company. What is strategy? For example, you like dividend giving out companies. Yeah, by all means, when you invest, right, make sure that hey, this is the strategies that you keep with, or else you buy companies like Unity, you companies like Huya, that totally off radar. Yeah. I haven't buy companies like companies that I don't know, for example, Oklo yet. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I have to remind myself, stick to the strategies unless there is a change in my strategies. Right? And also remember your top five. So because of this conversation, right? And of course, like my own situation. So people who follow me, you know that actually I don't have stable income since 2 years ago. So I didn't look at adding new companies or new so-called new investment into my portfolio. But a lot of time is the companies that stick long and behold with. All right. And right now, I'm still looking at my top five as well. Who are my top five? I have no clear top five, but these are the few companies that come to my mind. So ASML, Baba, Lemonade, Cloudflare, and Limited. So these are companies that I've vested and I've positioned into it. So if I have to add, I'll add to the same company. But of course, because of these 3 months, right, I learned a lot more company. For example, the Treat Desk. For example, So thanks to Kev and thanks to Rupert. Okay, yep. So these are the company. All right. First thing, B2B. All right. High switching costs. Okay. All right. High pricing power. All right. And then asset light. You see where I'm coming from, right? So keep to the strategy, huh? Keep the strategy. All right. And lastly, do remember, do remember, if you are anxious, if you are worried, just breathe. because everything is okay. I win some, I lose some, and more importantly, I miss out a lot. I miss out a lot. Like what Kev has shared. I miss out like reinvesting into Meta. I miss out what a company. I miss out Nvidia totally. Yeah. And then yeah. And in fact, Nvidia is one of my close so-called, I would say, junior in my ex company. Is my colleague's son. So uh he shared like Nvidia to me, and then he shared this is the company that he will invest. I don't know whether he invests because it's like pre-COVID. He shared with me. Why? Because he is a gamer, and then he believes like Nvidia, for a gamer, you must have the graphic card. I don't understand. I thought, yeah, graphic card gamer, yeah, not my business. And remember, I don't like gaming industry, so I thought, put that aside. That was the reason why I didn't invest in Tencent back then, because I don't, gaming. Yeah, sometimes like some yeah. So I miss out a lot because of all these criteria, but yeah, I do win some. All right. So hopefully overall portfolio still grow. And then but in the end of the day, everything is all right. Yeah. As long as we don't commit ourselves in borrowing in a sense like leverage. Yeah. Don't leverage in portfolio. So in the last previous session, I also talked about yes, market is coming down or market is going up, but nevertheless avoid leverage. Right. Okay, so some of the resources that I've shared previously, like physical.ai resource. So if you have not, so part of the process right here, I also go through the same screening process again. But after the screening, right, I say, why not stick to whatever I have? Why not stick to whatever I have? Because instead of so-called shooting 101 target, why not just shoot at this 5 target that I'm confident in, right? And then I have confident to hold through the market volatility. Remember, the revenue, business fundamental go up, there's volatility in between, but if you don't look at the fundamental, the volatility will kill you, or the volatility will push you out. All right. So if you like to find your top five, you can use screener tools, right? So you can just go to physical.ai. Yep, this is the screener tool. You can just use my referral. Yep, and then you can just start an account and then enjoy the 7 day free. And if I'm not wrong, there's some basics free features lah. All right. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Kev. Yeah, sometimes it's just like these are the things that I do. Oh, of course, I know in our community, right? Some of you are looking at like so-called dividend generating. Yeah, so different stage of life, you like you're more prone to certain investment type, or different background or different upbringing, right? You go to certain like investment vehicle, investment product. It's all right. It's all right. Start in the way that you feel most comfortable with, and then expand from there. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the company that, oh, so called this is the investment so-called tools or vehicles that you like to explore. If you like to explore, right, real estate investment trust. This is the video that I covered last week. You can just watch this video. Yeah, dividend company for retired people. Not exactly, not exactly. Uh, for people who are new to investing, right? Maybe REITs or dividend giving company have a more stable track record in the sense that because they earn money, they expect the dividend, the so-called they expect the business can continue to like so-called give out dividend. So that's why company with long dividend track records most of the time are more stable in that sense. And for people who are new, maybe they can start off with this investment. Yeah, so it really depends on the risk, or depends on what are the companies or what are the things that you're more familiar with. For example, REITs in Singapore, right? You can visit the retail store. You can visit the office. If you are invest in logistic, right? You can go check out the warehouse. Really, I stay in Sembawang lah. There's like Maple Tree lah, Ascenders lah. You can just stand at the warehouse and then check whether is there any lorry coming in and out. Yeah, as simple as that. Yeah, so there's some we call it touch the brick lah. Yeah, we call it touch the brick. Yeah, phrases and the point. Yeah, so these are things. Also, I also developing some of the so-called program. I think will be beneficial for people who are new and easy to follow, which is like Yeah, so there are some prompters or AI prompters that I've created so to help people to understand company easier. And Kev even create an app that can easily analyze company. I was so amazed when he showed me, wow, Kev. All right, so he used base 44. Yeah, the advertisement keep jumping up in front of my screen, right? But I didn't do anything. So even Kev have his so-called analytic software, stock analytic software. Yeah, I thought, wow, that is very advanced. Yeah. So yeah, so these are things that I'm doing, I'm building so that so for people who are new to investing, right, I hope can provide some values, some causes for them to start out with, and then with AI prompter can help them understand the company faster. But I also find out, yeah, so there's a lot of AI prompter out there. There's a lot of prompter you can just copy and paste. But more importantly, what does the prompter mean? And then with the prompter, how does it help? All right. So these are the things that I think still missing out in some sense. So for example, if you look at the business, right, why you look at certain B2B business, why you look at high switching costs, why you look at certain margin, why you look at certain like so-called cash conversion cycle. All right. So if there isn't a basic fundamental understanding of it, right, it's hard for you to appreciate the business and hard for you to hold a company. Yeah. So this is what I find out. Right. So yeah, manners. So I shared this in the community. So first of all, for those who already on board manners, thank you because all the credit really helps me in analyzing company, help me in understanding or do certain work in analysis. Yeah. So thanks. Yeah. So if you have not, please do so. Manners.ai. Very, very powerful. All right. Agentic AI. Yeah, we can just, I just learned from another so-called close counterpart whereby they use Manners AI to build his company software. Yeah. And then he is a zero tech person, whereby just use chat. Yeah. Yeah. So Kev can do it. The uh Faiz, is it Faiz or Faisal? Yeah, another close counterpart build the business with that. Yeah. So things are very, very powerful now. Okay. Yep. So this is if you have not like follow me on share about physical.a, right? So this is a short video, so there's a lot of resources. And yep, so I've meet up like Joanne, I've meet up Kev. Yep. So is Si Leong and Wei Chao here? Yeah. So Si Leong and Wei Chao, if you are here, let's talk in Zoom. Uh, uh, this Saturday, if you are free, let's meet on Saturday morning. I just get a pass from my wife. Saturday morning. Yep. And then Hui Kwang and Xiaoting. Hui Kwang and Xiaoting. Wednesday, 26th November. Let me know like morning, afternoon, or at night. Si Leong, no, Xiaoting and Hui Kwang. All right. Oh, Si Leong say yes. Coach F8K. Oh, I didn't share the slide. No wonder. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Kev and Joanne. Yeah. So, yeah. So first principle, risk control. Don't chase for high. And then if you have not followed our channel, please like, subscribe, and share. Uh, this session snippets will up on every Thursday and Monday. So if you like to review Thursday and Monday, which is the so-called 6 to 8 minute per version, and if you like to have shorts, which is Monday and Tuesday. So I have some shorts. If you like to share some shorts with your friends, yeah. When you chance about it, please click like first. Please click like first and then share. All right. Okay. Wow. Mayan char siu rice. All right. So for those, this is the end of the session. If you'd like to join me in a pirate community session, just scan this QR code or just go to click.guru.com/join WP. From there, you can just enjoy this like 1 month free, so complimentary 1 month, where you can watch all our previous recording for our private session and also our live session every Tuesday after the live YouTube, you go to the Zoom. Yep. So if you're interested, I will be covering Netflix earnings tonight. There's 6 pointer that I find very powerful about a business. 6 pointer, but the problem is the share price dropped by 10%. And yep, I will conclude there's two reasons. There's two reasons about the share price drop. Is there a opportunity to buy? It's high risk in the sense that the valuation is high. How high is it? I'll show you in the private session. Okay. My window broke the QR code. Hmm. How should I share in this set? All right, let me just adjust a bit lah. I I cannot change the YouTube setting. I changed my Canva. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time. All right, so you can just, if you are okay, you can just scan the. Oh, actually, I don't need to. I just need to minimize scan already. Yeah. All right. Okay. OCD, OCD. Must look nice, nice. Yeah, this is the nicest I can do already. All right. So scan this QR code. I'll see you in Zoom in 2 minutes time. So for you guys, if you are our so-called subscriber, just go to your community.google.com, and from there you can join our Zoom session. All right. So once again, thanks for joining us every Tuesday. If you are a new follower, yeah, please remember to click subscribe, follow us. It will be every Tuesday 8 p.m. And every Tuesday, that's where we share all the market updates, company updates, and in our private so-called community sessions, I will share you some of my investment actions, some of the so-called my thoughts in some of the updates. Right, so please make sure that you join our join dash WealthPulse, and then it's a 1 month complimentary, and from there, yeah, you can join us in our private conversation. All right. So for those who have the link, yeah, just by all means proceeds to our. All right. Goodwill. All right. Okay. Can think. All right. Okay. So once again, thanks everyone for tuning us on YouTube Live. All right. And just to reiterate, every Tuesday 8 p.m. See you next week. Bye bye.